Practical Ellul tip. Memorize a Rosh Hashanah mantra. On Rosh Hashanah, our goal is to be entirely focused in mind, in thought, in words, only on godliness, only on spiritual matters. So what do you do when you don't have those spiritual matters in front of you? Well, the best thing to do is to come up with a statement that you can recite over and over again. Maybe it's a paragraph of Tehillim. Maybe it's a verse in, let's say, the Shema, or something else that you can take that reminds you of godliness. Maybe it's Ein Od Milvado, something that enables you to remind yourself that there's only Hashem within the world and nothing else. It's interesting to note that the Ramah writes in Halacha that we have a minhag to not sleep on Rosh Hashanah. It's questionable if that's on both days, but specifically referring to the daytime. And this is based on Yerushalmi. The Gemara tells us that a person who sleeps at the beginning of the year on Rosh Hashanah, damecha mazle. So there's blood on his mazel, which means we translate that as a sleepy year, but it means there's a negative effect on a person's mazel on his overall year. That seems to be, according to most authorities, referring to midday. But either way, one should not sleep because they should be entirely focused. The Magen Avram writes that if a person is sitting and doing nothing, there's no different than sleeping. It's actually worse, because at least when you're sleeping, you're not doing anything. But if you're sitting and wasting time and not focused on God or doing other things, then it's a worse effect on a person's soul and a worse effect on their year. Therefore, they should make sure that they're entirely focused on doing something for the sake of Hashem. So if it's too difficult for a person to learn, too difficult for them to go through more prayers, at least come up with a statement that they can say that has Hashem on their mind. And when you have that, that will enable you to repeat this over and over. This can not only be done on Rosh Hashanah, it could be done at other times. Think about the amount of times that perhaps we waste time maybe while we're filling up gas. In those 3 to 5 minutes, we can be reciting something that brings us closer to Hashem. In the few extra moments that you can steal in this world for the sake of Hashem, it's a tremendous opportunity. And this is the idea of creating a Rosh Hashanah mantra. Something that you can use at off times, something you can use during the week as well. Come up with a statement, look up a verse, memorize it, repeat it over and over, and you'll have what to say at all times.